In a world that screams, "Look at me," what does it mean when someone chooses silence? When you scroll through your feed and never see their face, no selfies, no vacation shots, no life updates, it's easy to make assumptions. Maybe they're insecure, perhaps they're just extremely private, or maybe they simply don't care. But what if the truth is far more interesting? Psychology suggests that this digital invisibility isn't a flaw or a simple preference. It's a signal, a sign of a mind that processes validation, privacy, and social energy in a fundamentally different way. In this video, we're moving past the shallow labels. We're going to decode the real psychology behind the silent profile. We'll break down the 5 key pillars that transform this choice from what looks like shyness into what it truly is: a quiet, sophisticated form of psychological power. Let's begin. Our first pillar gets to the very core of identity. For many, social media acts as a digital mirror. Every post is a way to ask the world, "Do you see me? Am I who I think I am? Do I still matter?" Psychology calls this self-verification theory, the fundamental human drive to have our self-concept confirmed by others. The likes and comments become a psychological audit, a constant check on our own existence. But people who never post pictures have dismantled this mirror. They don't need the reflection. This isn't about arrogance, it's about internal clarity. While others seek verification, they operate from a place of intrinsic self-worth. Think of it as 2 types of confidence. The first is performance-based. It's a confidence that requires an audience, a stage, and applause to feel real. It fluctuates with every notification. The second, which they possess, is awareness-based confidence. It's a secure, quiet knowledge of who they are, their values, their worth that exists independently of any external feedback. Their sense of self is built from the inside out, brick by brick, through self-reflection and lived experience, not from the scattered pixels of public perception. They do on post to prove they're interesting, because they are already engaged in a life that interests them. This foundational shift from seeking external proof to possessing internal proof is the bedrock of their digital silence. The second pillar reveals a strategic mind at work. For most, posting is a casual act, but for the person who abstains, it's a calculated decision. They understand that every photo is more than an image. It's a data point in their public biography, a clue about their home, their relationships, their mood, their taste. In psychology, this is the realm of impression management, the unspoken science of how we try to shape what others think of us, and how they form judgments from the tiniest cues. While many try to manage this impression, the silent individual chooses to withdraw from the game entirely. This is not paranoia. It's a sophisticated form of privacy intelligence. They grasp a fundamental law of exposure. The more you are seen, the more you are interpreted, and interpretation is rarely accurate. By staying invisible, they reclaim ultimate control over their own narrative. They are the authors of their story, not the subjects of public speculation. This leads to a powerful guiding principle. They would rather be misunderstood in silence than misjudged in exposure. They accept that mystery may lead to some shallow assumptions from others, but they view that as a far lesser cost than the alternative, surrendering the intimate details of their inner world to the distorting lens of public opinion. Their silence is a fortress wall, not built out of fear, but to protect the sovereignty of their own experience. The third pillar shifts our perspective from what they don't do to what they are doing. Social spaces, especially online, naturally divide people into 2 roles: the performers and the observers. The performers are on the stage. They are drawn to the spotlight, fueled by the energy of an audience, and their behavior is shaped by the desire to be seen and affirmed. People who never post pictures are the quintessential observers. They are not in the spotlight. They are in the seats, watching the play unfold. But this is not a passive role. It is a position of immense cognitive engagement. While performers are busy crafting their persona, observers are engaged in deep pattern recognition and social analysis. They are unconsciously studying the script, noticing who posts to seek validation, who uses humor to mask vulnerability, how trends cycle, and what true connection looks like versus its performative imitation. Their quiet profile is not a blank space. It's a control panel for a highly attentive mind. This grants them a form of social cognitive awareness that most performers lack. They see the game being played, understand the rules, and consciously choose not to participate on those terms. Their silence isn't social detachment, it's hyperattentive selectivity. They are paying a different kind of attention, one that values understanding. the dynamics of interaction over simply being a part of the noise. In a world of broadcasts, they are the keen analysts. The fourth pillar reveals a profound level of self-mastery in a world designed to hijack attention. For the average user, social media is a sophisticated dopamine delivery system. Every notification, like a comment, a new follower, is a carefully engineered stimulus. It triggers a quick hit of that feel-good brain chemical, teaching us to crave external validation as a source of satisfaction. People who opt out of posting pictures understand this neurological trap at a visceral level. They recognize that this dopamine loop comes with a hidden price tag: emotional dependency. Your mood begins to fluctuate with the digital applause. Your sense of calm becomes tied to the constant hum of external feedback. Their choice, therefore, is an exercise in elite stimulus control. This is the psychological ability to deliberately choose which triggers you allow to influence your mind and emotional state. By not posting, they remove themselves from the triggering mechanism altogether. They refuse to let their inner peace be held hostage by the unpredictable reactions of an invisible crowd. This isn't about being cold or unfeeling. It's about emotional autonomy. They consciously choose the steady, long-term satisfaction of internal peace over the addictive, short-term spike of digital applause. In a culture that rewards and even demands impulsive sharing, their sustained silence is not an accident. It is a disciplined, daily reaffirmation of psychological sovereignty. They are not avoiding connection. They are protecting the integrity of their own emotional core. Our fifth and final pillar redefines the very purpose of sharing. In an economy of attention, visibility is currency. But for the person who never posts, there's a different economy at play: the economy of meaning. They understand a powerful psychological principle: the law of diminishing returns applied to personal information. If you share everything, nothing you share feels special. Your joys, struggles, and milestones become just more content in the endless scroll, losing their weight and significance. These individuals practice deliberate information scarcity. By keeping the casual details of their life private, they ensure that when they do choose to share something verbally with a trusted friend, it carries profound weight and value. This practice is rooted in a deep need for psychological safety, the fundamental sense that your thoughts, feelings, and experiences are protected from judgment. They know that oversharing in public spaces dilutes self-respect and fragments identity. To remain whole, they maintain a protected, private self. Consequently, they are not seeking connection through broad visibility. They are curators of depth. Their small, tight-knit circle isn't a sign of few friends, but of a strong filter for authentic resonance. They have traded the anxiety of managing 1,000 shallow perceptions for the security and richness of being truly known by a few. They believe real connection doesn't need an audience. It thrives in the quiet, unrecorded space between people. Their offline life is not an absence, it's their masterpiece, and they are selective about who gets a viewing. So, let's bring it all together. The silent profile isn't an empty page. It's a statement written in 5 powerful pillars of psychology. It's built on internal validation, not the need for a digital mirror. It's protected by privacy intelligence, a strategic control of one's own narrative. It's powered by observational power, choosing deep analysis over superficial performance. It's disciplined by stimulus control, mastering emotional autonomy in a dopamine-driven world. And it's fulfilled by curated depth, seeking genuine connection over widespread visibility. This is the crucial reframe. Choosing invisibility in a hypervisible world is not a social deficit. It is a sophisticated form of modern psychological strength. It is a quiet, deliberate rebellion against a culture that confuses performance with living and visibility with value. It is a commitment to authentic self-possession. So, if you are someone who sees their own reflection in this description, hear this clearly: you are not behind, you are not missing out. Your choice is evidence of a mind that has critically evaluated the game and chosen a different, more sustainable path. You haven't opted out of connection. You've opted into a deeper, more meaningful version of it. If this decoding of your quiet strength resonates, it puts words to a feeling you've always had, then you've found your tribe. Hit that subscribe button, because this channel is for those who prefer depth to noise, and understanding to judgment. Here, we don't just scroll the surface. We decode the profound psychology beneath it. Thanks for watching.